So, how's the new campaign going at your firm?
It's going pretty well, actually. We're launching a new line of eco-friendly products, and the response has been amazing so far. We've been working on some really innovative marketing strategies.
I love seeing more companies move towards sustainability. What kind of strategies are you using?
Well, we've been focusing a lot on social media influencers and user-generated content. People trust real experiences more than traditional ads, you know? We've also partnered with a few environmental organizations to boost our credibility.
Smart move. Leveraging influencers can be really powerful, especially when it comes to authentic engagement. Are you guys doing anything with augmented reality or other tech innovations?
Funny you mentioned that. We're actually experimenting with AR for our next campaign. We want to create an interactive experience where customers can see how our products would look in their homes before buying them. What about you? What's new in the world of software development?
Oh, where to start? We're working on a new project that's all about improving remote team collaboration. With more companies going fully remote or hybrid, there's a huge demand for better tools to keep everyone connected and productive.
That sounds like something a lot of companies could use. Remote work definitely has its challenges. What kind of features are you guys focusing on?
We're developing a platform that integrates project management, video conferencing, and real-time collaboration tools all in one place. The idea is to minimize the need to switch between different apps, which can be a major productivity killer.
That makes so much sense. I can't count the number of times I've had to jump between Slack, Zoom, Trello, and a bunch of other tools just to get one project done. How do you handle the user experience design for something like that?
It's definitely a challenge. We have a dedicated UX team that works closely with our developers. We do a lot of user testing and gather feedback constantly to make sure the interface is intuitive and meets the needs of our users. What about your side of things? How do you ensure your marketing campaigns resonate with your audience?
A lot of research and testing, honestly. We spend a lot of time analyzing data to understand our target audience better. We also run A/B tests to see which messages and visuals work best. It's a lot of trial and error, but it pays off in the end.
Data-driven decisions are the way to go. Speaking of data, are you doing anything interesting with analytics or AI in your campaigns?
Definitely. We're using AI to personalize our marketing efforts. For instance, we use machine learning algorithms to recommend products to customers based on their browsing history and previous purchases. It's pretty cool how accurate those recommendations can be.
That's impressive. AI has so many applications in marketing. I've been dabbling in machine learning myself, trying to integrate some predictive analytics into our project management tool. It's fascinating how much you can predict with the right data.
It really is. Sometimes it feels like we're living in the future. But, even with all this tech, I think there's still something to be said for the human touch in marketing. People still want to feel like they're connecting with real people, not just algorithms.
Absolutely. Technology should enhance human interaction, not replace it. Speaking of which, do you ever miss the face-to-face interactions from the office?
Sometimes, yeah. There's a certain energy in the office that's hard to replicate online. But I also appreciate the flexibility of remote work. It's a trade-off, I guess. How about you? Do you miss the office environment?
I've gotten used to the remote setup. I do miss the spontaneous brainstorming sessions and just being able to walk over to someone's desk to discuss an idea. But working from home has its perks too. I love the flexibility and the fact that I can create my own work environment.
For sure. Plus, no more long commutes. That's a big win in my book. How do you stay motivated and productive while working from home?
It took some adjusting, but I found a routine that works for me. I make sure to take regular breaks, get some exercise, and set clear boundaries between work and personal time. Having a dedicated workspace helps a lot too. How do you manage it?
Similar strategies. Actually, I try to stick to a regular schedule and take breaks to clear my mind. I also make an effort to stay connected with my team through video calls and virtual coffee breaks. It's important to maintain that social aspect, even if it's just online.
Definitely. Speaking of staying connected, how do you keep the creative juices flowing, especially with the team being remote?
We do a lot of brainstorming sessions and creative workshops. Sometimes we'll have theme days where everyone dresses up or shares something interesting they've been working on or learning about. It keeps things fun and engaging.
That sounds like a great way to keep the team motivated and inspired. I might steal that idea for our team. Do you find that working remotely has changed the way you approach your work or creativity?
In some ways, yes. It's made me more disciplined and focused, since I have to manage my time more effectively. But it's also pushed me to think outside the box and find new ways to collaborate and connect with my team. How about you? Has remote work changed your approach?
Definitely. It's made me more intentional about communication and collaboration. I've also had to become more self-reliant and proactive. It's been a learning experience, but I think it's made me a better team player and leader.
It's amazing how much we can adapt when we need to. I think the pandemic has taught us all a lot about flexibility and resilience. Speaking of which, how do you see the future of work evolving?
I think we'll see a lot more hybrid models, where people have the option to work remotely or in the office. Companies will need to be more flexible and provide the tools and support their employees need to be productive from anywhere. Technology will continue to play a huge role in that.
I agree. I think the key will be finding the right balance between flexibility and structure. People want the freedom to work in a way that suits them, but they also need clear guidelines and support. It'll be interesting to see how different companies approach it.
Definitely. It's an exciting time to be in tech and marketing. There's so much potential for innovation and growth. Speaking of which, do you have any big goals or projects you're excited about for the future?
Oh, lots. I'm really passionate about sustainability, so I'm excited to work on more projects that promote eco-friendly products and practices. I'm also interested in exploring more immersive marketing techniques, like virtual reality. What about you?
I'm really excited about the potential of AI and machine learning in project management. I think there's a lot we can do to make work more efficient and enjoyable. I'm also interested in exploring how we can use technology to support mental health and well-being in the workplace.
That's a great area to focus on. Mental health is so important, and I think we're just starting to scratch the surface of how technology can help. It's good to see more companies taking it seriously.
Absolutely. It's something we can't afford to ignore. Speaking of well-being, what do you do to unwind and relax after a busy day?
I love spending time outdoors, whether it's hiking, biking, or just going for a walk. I also enjoy reading and cooking. Trying out new recipes is my way of unwinding. How about you?
I'm a bit of a fitness enthusiast, so I like to hit the gym or go for a run. I also enjoy playing video games and watching sci-fi movies. It's a good way to escape and recharge.
Nice. It's important to have hobbies and interests outside of work. It helps keep us balanced and sane. By the way, have you read any good books or watched any interesting movies lately?
I just finished reading Sapiens by Yuval Noah Harari. It's a fascinating look at the history of humankind. As for movies, I recently watched Blade Runner 2049 again. It's one of my favorites. What about you?
Sapiens is on my reading list. I've heard great things about it. I recently read The Night Circus by Aaron Morgenstern. It's beautifully written and very imaginative. As for movies, I watched The Grand Budapest Hotel again. I love Wes Anderson's quirky style.
Both great choices. The Night Circus is a magical read, and The Grand Budapest Hotel is such a visually stunning movie. It's amazing how art can transport us to different worlds.
Totally. It's one of the reasons I love marketing. It's all about storytelling and creating experiences that resonate.